This is Jarrod Horak, and it's Saturday, July 27th. And in this video, I'm going to recap the Jim Dandy. I'm going to preview the Travers Stakes and take a look at some other news in the 3-year-old division. Now, if you're interested in checking out my Saratoga quick pick short videos, you can find those on my YouTube channel. Just go to my YouTube channel, click the Shorts tab, and you'll see all of my video shorts. And I'm doing those video shorts from Saratoga this summer. And I've had 7 top choice stakes winners from 11 races. And you can, like I said, you can find those all summer long on my YouTube channel. And my quick pick video for July 28th, it's going to be the Grade 2 Bowling Green at Saratoga. So you can check that out if you're interested. And then also check out my daily Better Bets blog at therunawayhorse.com. You can get daily free picks from around the country. And my free pick for July 28th is going to be the Grade 2 Eddie Reed at Del Mar. And speaking of Del Mar, you can get my Del Mar full cards at therunawayhorse.com on my sales page. And you can purchase individual full cards, weekly and weekend packages, and the entire meet. So go over to therunawayhorse.com on my shop page for more details. That Del Mar meet runs from now through September 8th. And we're going to do the Jim Dandy recap now. And in the Jim Dandy Stakes, we had a 6-horse field. And the final order of finish, Fierceness was first, and he won by a length. Sierra Leone was second, clearly second best. And then Batten Down was third. Seize the Gray was fourth. Gould's Gold was fifth, and Pony Express, the early pace setter, trailed the field. The fractions 23.80, 47.44, 111.27. For the mile, they went 136.14. They finished up a mile and an eighth and 149.15. The interior fractions were 23.64, 23.83, and then 24.87, 13.1 seconds for the final fraction. And that second interior fraction was slower than the first fraction. That was the key to the success for Fierceness because last out maiden winner Pony Express was out there setting the pace. Now Fierceness broke sharp and he actually broke on top, but they were intent with the lead on Pony Express. But you had a 2-time Grade 1 winner Fierceness chasing a last out maiden winner. So that was a total mismatch there. And I wasn't expecting the pace to play out that way because you had Seize the Gray, the Preakness winner, went wire to wire in that race and then also set the pace in the Belmont Stakes. He looked like the inside speed. You figured he was going to go. He did not go. And Pony Express definitely went. Fierceness figured to be forwardly placed. And then Batten Down, back-to-back wire jobs in his last 2 starts. He didn't go to the lead either. So it was long shot, hopelessly outclassed. Pony Express setting the pace. Fierceness just tracking him in second from the outside. So then Fierceness got the lead around the far turn, took control of the race. Batten Down tried to come after him, but he couldn't do it. And then Sierra Leone, he was last early as expected, and he was starting to wind up from off the pace. So at the top of the stretch, Fierceness floated wide. So John Velasquez, he did do that on purpose. That was a strategic move. He thought that Sierra Leone was going to be coming to the outside, and he wanted to make sure he floated that one out if that happened. But Sierra Leone, when he saw and Flavian Prat aboard Sierra Leone saw that Fierceness floated out, he moved inside in the stretch. And it just came down to those two. If Fierceness would have had enough left, he would win. And if he didn't, Sierra Leone would get by him. And Fierceness and Sierra Leone dominated in the late stages. And Fierceness was able to move back in a bit. And he won by just about a length. And then Batten Down was back in third there. So overall, Fierceness ran a quality race, obviously, from that outside post. Good bounce back for him. The key to him is moderate pace, a good alert beginning, and being able to get up on that pace. So he basically just duplicated his Breeders' Cup Juvenile here, where he was able to just press from second, take over, and then win nicely. But it wasn't easy because Sierra Leone was finishing nicely. As for Sierra Leone, this race just did not set up for him. There's no way he's going to beat like a 2-time Grade 1 winner like Fierceness when Fierceness got such a great trip, moderate fractions, and he was just able to hold on and win by a length. But both of those horses ran quality races in this Jim Dandy. Now the Travers hopefuls as of July 27th, it looks like we have 10 or 11 horses maybe could end up in the Travers, at least at this point. So the Belmont and Haskell Stakes, a winner and runner-up, Dornoch and Mindframe, they're both taking a look at the Travers Stakes, and Mindframe is also has the same ownership as Fierceness. So they kept them apart in the Haskell. Maybe they'll do the same thing for the Travers. But Dornoch and Mindframe, two horses that are looking at the Travers. The Curlin Stakes 1-2 finishers, Unmatched Wisdom, that's a Chad Brown front runner, and then Corporate Power for trainer Shug McGahee. They're possible for the Travers Stakes. Honor Marie, fourth in the Belmont Stakes. He's targeting the Travers. Bob Baffert has two possibilities for the Travers, Muth and or his stablemate Parenting. Thorpedo Anna, Ken McPeak just announced today that Thorpedo Anna will run in the Travers Stakes instead of running in the Alabama Stakes. So she's one that was 4 for 4 this year, first in the Grade 2 Fantasy, and then first in the Grade 1 Kentucky Oaks, Grade 1 Acorn, Grade 1 Coaching Club American Oaks. She dominated all of those races. She's going to take on the boys in the Travers, her first start at 1.25 miles. Fierceness possible, Sierra Leone, and then Seize the Gray. So those are the horses right now that are possible for the Travers Stakes. So we'll go through the leading 3-year-olds and we'll talk about their plans. Now, Fierceness, as I said, first in the Jim Dandy, good bounce back there. He's won that every other race in his career he's won. So he won his debut and then he lost, and he won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, or then he lost the Holy Bull, or then he won the Florida Derby, then he lost the Kentucky Derby. Now he won the Jim Dandy, and we'll see where he goes next. It's possible that he runs in the Travers, the Grade 1 Pennsylvania Derby on September 21st. Maybe they wait for that race, or the Grade 2 Woodward against Older Company at Aqueduct on September 28th. So all of those races are possible for Fierceness. As for Sierra Leone, second in the Jim Dandy Stakes, clearly second best. And then in the Belmont Stakes, he was third. Didn't get a good setup in the Belmont. It was a speed favoring track. He was coming on nicely at the end. And then in the Jim Dandy, I thought the Jim Dandy was one of his better races. The Grade 1 Travers is definitely next at 1.25 miles. If he can get some pace help in the Travers, and that's certainly possible looking at the horses that are running in the Travers. You have Dornoch, he likes to be up on the pace. Mindframe's a stalker. Unmatched Wisdom, front runner there for Chad Brown. You have Muth or Parenting for Bob Baffert. Both of those horses like to be forwardly placed. Thorpedo Anna likes to be forwardly placed. Fierceness, another one. Seize the Gray, another one. So there's plenty of horses that like to be forwardly placed that are pointing to the Travers at this point. And Sierra Leone's one that needs a clean trip from off the pace and some pace help. And with that 1.25 mile distance as well, more than capable of winning a race like the Travers. And the big thing about the Jim Dandy for him, much more professional stretch run. It was nice to see him. He did not lug in. Prior to the Jim Dandy, he's been working solo and he's been much more professional. So it looks like Sierra Leone, the second half of the year, he's starting to put it all together. And if things go his way from a pace, you get a fair track, and then he gets a good clean trip, could win a race like the Travers, but others are capable of winning it as well. Now, Honor Marie, fourth in the Belmont Stakes. He breezed a 1/2 mile in 48.56 seconds, 23rd best of 104 at Saratoga on July 27th, and he will make his next start in the Travers. Mystic Dan will not be running in the Travers. He's on a break after running in all 3 Triple Crown Series races for trainer Kenny McPeak. The Grade 1 Pennsylvania Derby at Parks on September 21st still remains a possibility, but Ken McPeak does want to bring him back as a 4-year-old, so he might not run again this year. We're going to know more in the coming weeks exactly what they do with Mystic Dan. As for Muth, he got sick and scratched out of the Preakness Stakes. He's been back on a regular work pattern since then. His last work, 6 Furlong Bullet, in company with his stablemate Parenting in 111. That was a 111 flat, best of 5 at Del Mar on July 21st. So Muth should be back on the work pattern soon. He's possible for the Travers. As for Parenting, he's 2 for 2 lifetime. He won the Affirm Stakes by 7.5 lengths last time out, getting a 95 Beyer speed figure on June 9th. He's a $750,000 son of Justify. He shared that bullet with Muth. That was on July 21st. And now he's entered in a 1 mile optional claiming non-winners 2 other than race at Del Mar. That's on July 28th. And he's the 4 to 5 morning line favorite in that race on Sunday. That's race 4. So if he runs well there, don't be shocked if he comes back in the Travers. And then Thorpedo Anna, I mentioned her. She's targeting the Travers as well. And then some other 3-year-olds to watch. Speak Easy for trainer Todd Pletcher. He won his 7 Furlong debut at Gulfstream. That was on January 27th. Corporate Power and Batten Down were in that maiden special weight race, and they're both stakes winners this year. And then he was supposed to run in the Fountain of Youth, ran off in the post parade. He scratched, and he finally resurfaced today In an entry-level allowance race at 6 furlongs at Saratoga, that was July 27th, he was the strong favorite. He stalked the pace. He won by 2 1/4 lengths, paid $3.50. So Speak Easy is back for trainer Todd Pletcher. We'll have to see what they do with him the second half of the year. Let's look at all the top horses in the 3-year-old division, where they're going next, recapped the Jim Dandy, previewed the Travers Stakes, and that's where we stand right now, July 27th, as we're getting into the second half of the year. That 3-year-old title still wide open. Dornoch probably has the edge now with 2 Grade 1 wins, but the Travers is going to tell us everything. The winner of that one, if it is a horse like Dornoch, he's going to be in great shape after that. If a horse like Sierra Leone wins it, that'll be his 2nd Grade 1 this year. He would be right there with the leaders. We'll just have to see how the Travers shakes out. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you like this horse racing content. Keep checking my YouTube channel for all of these horse racing related videos. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.